7 major mistakes men make that push women away. Oh, hey! How's it going? You see, a lot of guys struggle with women, not because women dislike them, but because they unknowingly make certain mistakes when dealing with them. And once a woman starts feeling uncomfortable or doubtful about you, winning her attention back becomes a real challenge. That's exactly why you need to steer clear of these mistakes I'm about to share in this video, mistakes that push women away. So today's topic is all about the big mistakes men make that drive women away. You're sharp. Let's get into it. Welcome back, Jessie here. As I mentioned earlier, we're diving straight into the major mistakes men make that turn women off. If you found yourself struggling in the dating world or in relationships, chances are there are certain behaviours or signals you're giving off that are actually working against you. Hopefully by the time this video ends, I'll have highlighted a few points for you, helping you take steps toward greater success with women. So if you're ready, and I believe you are, I truly believe you are. I believe you are. I really believe you are. I believe you are. I really believe you are. All together now, I believe you are. Let's give it another shot. Are you ready? This time on your own. I believe you are. Let's dive right in. Number 1. The first point is rushing into a relationship. This is a pretty common occurrence, especially in places like the UK, the US, Canada, and Australia. And if you're watching this video from anywhere else in the world, and this is something that also happens in your area, please drop a comment below. But in the UK, oh man, it can be incredibly frustrating. You could meet a guy and within minutes he's already saying, I love you. No woman is going to take you seriously if you do that. Don't rush to declare love for a woman you've only just met. Seriously, what's wrong with you? No, really. That is one of the biggest turn-offs for women. And if you ask me, the fastest way to make a woman run in the opposite direction and never look back is to say, I love you, right after meeting her. A day is too soon. 2 days are too soon. 3 days are still too soon. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying love at first sight doesn't exist. You can absolutely feel whatever emotions you want, but keep them to yourself until you truly understand what you're experiencing. For all you know, it might just be infatuation rather than real love. Plus, if you say those words too quickly, the girl might start wondering if you say them to every other woman you meet. And you absolutely do not. I repeat, you do not want to give off the impression that you're that kind of guy, even if deep down you are. I'm just saying, so don't rush into a relationship too quickly. Don't be in a hurry to say those 3 words, I love you. It's one of the biggest turn-offs out there. Number 2, being overly possessive. All right, now, how do women dislike men who refuse to let them be themselves? You know, allowing them to have their freedom to be who they are. Always keep this in mind. Before you came into her life, she had her own world, her own routine. And the truth is, if you both choose to be in a relationship, you need to make room for each other. So it's quite unsettling when you meet a guy, start dating, and within a month he's already trying to control you. And honestly, it goes both ways. No one enjoys being with someone who constantly tells them what to do, who invades their space every second of the day. When you love someone, you need to trust them. Give them space. If they prove untrustworthy, that's a separate issue. But in a healthy relationship, your partner should have the freedom to think, to spend time with others outside of you. Because the last thing you want to come across as is clingy. Clinginess is never attractive. Any serious woman will turn the other way the moment you start acting that way. So drop the whole possessiveness act. And, you know, don't assume that just because she's attractive, every guy out there is going to be all over her. And so, you know, you feel the need to keep her tightly under your watch. The truth is, she's not some kind of accessory. She's a human being who, just like you, needs space to breathe and function. Number 3, bringing up your ex. Oh man, it's understandable if at the very start of the relationship you casually mention that, hey, you had this ex who was completely overbearing and just wouldn't leave you alone. It's fine if it's part of sharing past experiences for transparency with the person you're dating. However, when it turns into a recurring topic where you're constantly comparing your current girlfriend or the girl you're interested in to your ex, saying things like, oh, my ex used to do this and my ex was like that, it can go both ways. Think about it. You might be showering your ex with compliments, making your current girlfriend feel like, okay, so what am I? Invisible? Not good enough? Like, if your ex was that amazing, why aren't you still with her, right? Or, on the flip side, you might be trashing your ex. But here's the thing, if I'm hearing you constantly badmouth your ex, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, if I ever end up on your bad side and we break up, I should probably expect you to talk about me the same way. So, you want to take a balanced approach to it. Yes, perhaps along the same lines as I already mentioned of being fully transparent, you can approach it by saying, all right, I was in a relationship with this woman. We were together for 4 years. Things didn't work out because of differences, and that's where it stops. From my perspective, anything beyond that is really unnecessary and starts crossing the line. Unless, of course, this woman specifically asks for details about this past relationship. I don't believe you have to keep offering information to the point where it becomes an issue. Number 4 is being miserly. Naturally, I can't discuss things that turn women off or drive them away without touching on the topic of stinginess or selfishness. No one enjoys the company of someone who is selfish or tight-fisted. It's always better to give than to take. And yes, I understand that women can sometimes get caught up in the mindset that they should always be on the receiving end when it comes to men, or that they should constantly be given things. And I truly believe this is something that needs to change. That said, I'm not suggesting you go out and spend lavishly on the woman you love. What I'm saying is, if you're in a position to help, then by all means do so. In this context, the term stingy isn't strictly about money. You get what I mean? It can refer to being unwilling to share knowledge, food, clothing, or anything else. If you're just flat out selfish and want everything to revolve around you, naturally, that's going to be a major turn-off for any woman. And honestly, that kind of attitude will likely leave you alone in the long run. This applies to both men and women, by the way. But since I'm speaking directly to you guys, I'll keep my focus here. All right, moving on. Number 5, rushing intimacy too soon. Now, some men, and I get it, maybe she's absolutely stunning, and every time you see her, your desires flare up. I completely understand. I know that sometimes the sexual tension is so strong that it becomes incredibly challenging to keep your urges in check. However, a man who can feel all of that and still master his impulses earns a great deal of respect. If you ask me, the best approach to something like this is to allow the woman to take the initiative. That way, you can be certain that she's ready for you. She desires this and is prepared to give herself to you. However, if you're a man who is always pushing for intimacy or sex, I'm sorry to say, with time, she will begin to feel like that's the only reason you're in a relationship with her. And chances are she's already experienced this with a few other guys who, the moment they got intimate, disappeared. You want to stand out from them. Look, there are plenty of ways to go about it, right? Without actually doing it. So best of luck with that. Best of luck. You can thank me later. Number 6, not being direct. Nobody wants to be with someone they can't predict or depend on. Reliability plays a crucial role in the game of relationships. If you say you'll be there, then be there. If you make a promise, follow through. The moment she starts doubting your commitment or dedication to the relationship, you're setting yourself up for trouble. She will begin to seek out other men who can offer her what she truly desires. That consistent type of love and support that she desires. You can't be the kind of man who says one thing and does the opposite. This is what integrity is all about. Therefore, I'd suggest you focus on building your integrity so that when you make a commitment, you actually follow through. In fact, you should go the extra mile to ensure that things happen just as you promised. And lastly, either being too timid or overly talkative. These are two opposite extremes. Striking a healthy balance is crucial. No one is attracted to a timid man. It's a major turn-off. Men are generally expected to be bold, confident, assertive, and driven, right? So when a man appears to be the complete opposite of this perception, it can be difficult to take him seriously, you see? That's why you shouldn't be timid. Instead, aim for a balanced level of confidence that naturally radiates. Conversely, you also don't want to be excessively talkative. Of course, some people naturally enjoy speaking about a wide range of topics, and that's completely fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. However, once again, you need to slow down a bit. Because if you're the type of guy who just keeps on rambling, yeah, she's just going to gracefully exit from your presence, where nobody enjoys excessive talkers. They tend to steer clear of them like the plague. Don't be that person. Find a balanced approach and you'll be in a much better position. I hope these 7 mistakes are ones you'll steer clear of to improve your chances with women next time. My name is Jessie, and if you enjoyed the video, do me a favour, hit that like button, subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you'll get an alert every time I upload. Until then, stay blessed and keep an eye out for the next video.